The Fimi palm is in my palm. Give it a charge, and then let's have a look. Well, hello there, gorgeous. You guys guessed it, we are on the Fimi palm. I was going to try this handheld. This is what I use for my A6600 and the GoPros, and I tried to mount the Fimi on here, and it won't turn. The gimbal hits the top of this. So we're just going to put this back in the house. I'm not even going to stop recording because this will give us a chance to check out the transition from bright light out here to going in the garage. Face tracking worked. I have just spent the most frustrating hour with this device. Whoa, face tracking did not work there. And it's kind of all over the place. I have just spent the most frustrating hour with this device. You open the booklet and it's in Chinese. No surprise there. And the first, it's only 16 pages long. The first 8 pages are in Chinese, so we know who this is made for. Not made for the English speaking. So then eventually I find the other section, which is English. Well, it may as well have been written in Chinese because it didn't help one bit. It is the most basic of basic operations. It basically tells you how the thumbstick works, and that's it. So then I thought, well, I'll just go on YouTube and look at some videos here. How to get face tracking to work was the big one. I went on YouTube. You think you can find a video to tell you how to turn on face tracking with this? No. They're 16 minutes long. They don't tell you unless they're buried somewhere in the middle, and none of them are English. I tried turning on subtitles. Basically, you just tap your face, double tap your face on the screen, and it will start tracking your face. So we went from ultra wide setting to super scope. I don't know what that means. Still showing 4K 30. No 4K 60 on this thing either. Hopefully, with a firmware update, they're going to add 4K 60. But as soon as I say that, I know why they didn't add it. This thing gets incredibly hot. I find it, maybe because it's tracking my face, I find it hard to keep the gimbal on me. This thing gets hot. I was charging it, and it seemed to take forever to charge, a couple of hours, and it still wasn't fully charged. The light was still flashing. And then I was playing with it, trying to connect it to the phone. That's a whole other world of pain right there. You want to try to figure out how to get this thing connected to your phone and then try to download a firmware update. You can't do that because it uses your Wi-Fi to connect to the phone. So then you have to actually disconnect from here. Try to find your password as well. It doesn't tell you what the password is in the book to connect this thing. I tried 000, 1234. Well, apparently it's 9 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's how you get into this sucker. That took me 20 minutes to figure out. Oh, don't move. Oh, don't move too fast to the side. Like that. It's just not, it lost me there. See what happens when I move to the side too fast? It's losing me. I'm going to turn this face tracking thing off and see if I can just, and we're going to get out of this super wide mode. There, I think that's better. I don't have it on face track anymore, and we've moved to narrow mode. Is that better? I feel like my fingers are going to be blocking the sound on this. I noticed there's another little hole on the side. Maybe it's a stereo mics, one on the side, one on the front. It's tiny, I'll give it that. Oh, fine. I think we can adjust the speed, how fast this thing turns as well. So you'll have to bear with me as we play with this. I hope the sound is decent. No idea. The stabilization looks pretty good. Everything is on auto. I don't think you can actually pick settings for this in terms of video. Actually, that's not true. I saw that you can pick white balance. Here, let me click on here. No, I can't go into the menu when I'm talking. It says, do not operate. Hey, do not operate while drinking. No, it didn't say drinking. So I could actually have a beer right now. It didn't say anything about drinking. Now, I'm not sure that this isn't user error, but for some reason it switched automatically from 4K to 1080p 30. And when I try to go back in and change it, it won't let me. So I don't know if it's just gotten too hot and it won't shoot 4K right now. I'm going to try to resolve that here. Give me 5 minutes. I'll be right back. That's right, guys. We are back on the Samsung S9 Plus phone. Why is that? Because the Fimi freaking crapped out on me. So, super frustrated right now. I went in to edit. I had an hour's worth of clips for you guys. I did running tests. I did close-up tests. I even did the does this camera make my nose look big test. All the jokes and one-liners. Everything gone. Well, not gone. Just no audio. So let's talk about that for a brief second here. The audio on that thing is terrible. It's worse than my GoPro. Sounds like I have 2 buckets on my head. So, I don't know. What can I tell you in the brief 2 hours of working with this thing, 1 hour of shooting with it, and 1 hour of fighting to get it working and charged and connected to my phone? It's finicky. Its touchscreen is crap. It's really, really tiny, like 3/4 of an inch, and it's not sensitive. You're tapping, and it's not working. The audio is terrible, as we said. Stabilization is fantastic. It's teeny, it's small, it's super light. I want to love it. I don't know why the sound crapped out. I changed one of the settings in the camera. Did my big fat thumb accidentally somehow mute the microphone? I'm hoping that's what it is. I'm going to play with it again later. It either just died, the microphone no longer works, or I somehow muted it. And I didn't go into any audio settings to do that. Now, let's talk about a couple things I noticed with this camera, which are very irritating. If you record clips more than 1 minute, they become unsynced. The audio and the video become unsynced. I read that somewhere online. Somebody said, hey, my clips are not syncing. And I just thought, maybe it was the program the guy was using to edit his videos. No, because it's actually happening in the same program I use for all of my cameras. And the same thing was happening to me. Fimi, what the hell's going on? Charging $300 for something that's not even working. I'm so disappointed right now. This might be the first device I actually send packing. I might wrap this sucker back up and say, ta-ta, you're out of here. No 4K 60. I don't know. I want to like it. It's so small. But does it do anything for me that my other cameras don't do? Not really. And the audio is terrible. It's that terrible that I just might send this thing packing. That's my first impression, guys. I don't know what else to say. I'm just disappointed in $300. I have a bit of bonus footage of me chasing Gage around the yard if you want to check out the stability. And I pointed it up at the sky and got some cool effects doing that. But other than that, guys, I'm so freaking disappointed right now.